Subnautica is a game that allows the player to choose between multiple different locations and remains to progress, but sometimes these choices can be difficult or game changing depending on where the player decides to go. So to aid the player in this conquest, I shall be going over the top 10 best wreckages, but also the worst wreckages that could end your life really fast. So in 10th spot we have the large mushroom forest wreckage. I chose this in this spot because the wreckage itself does not contain a whole lot, however it can contain some very useful parts, such as the legendary modification station and most of the cyclops fragments. The good part about this wreckage is that it's hard to miss with it being on top of a 50-meter fungi. It's one of the safest biomes and it's not too deep, so as far as I'm aware this is a very decent wreckage, but it only gets better from here. 9th spot goes to the large wreck in the Sea Treader's path. This wreck, though hard to find, can be rewarding with top-notch cyclops fragments. This area is pretty much safe except for the occasional warper. It's only 166 meters deep, so nothing a Seamoth can't reach, and the cherry on top is that there is Sea Treader leviathans that create infinite amount of crops ready for the picking. So overall, not too bad. Next spot I've put a wreckage you all know about but aren't thinking about, the Aurora prawn suit bait, the quickest and most reliable way of obtaining the prawn suit. This area is not only safe but also time efficient because you have to go there anyway to get the Neptune escape rocket blueprints. In 7th spot we have the Bloodkelb large wreck. Though slightly dangerous and deep, this wreckage can and most likely will contain what you're looking for, like the nuclear reactor fragments, moon pool, and even drill, grapple, and torpedo arms for the prawn suit. The downside to all this being, as said before, the googlies like crab squid, ampeels, warpers, and if you're unlucky, all three. There's also the depth issue. At 324 meters, you're gonna need a big old boat. At our 6th spot, we have the Aurora's Gyat, which some of you may not consider as a wreckage, but for the sake of helping the new players, I've decided to put it. This zone is a case of high risk, high reward. You could get the most metal scraps in the world, the most cyclops fragments, the most batteries. However, the danger is maximized with a grand total of 6 Reaper leviathans and the terrain reaching 100 meters deep. Personally, I think the reward is worth it, but it's your choice. In 5th spot, we have the floating island Degassi base remains. This location is lovely. We have the legendary multi-purpose room, stasis rifle, observatory, bulkhead, indoor and outdoor plantation, and the good old bulbo tree. With all this reward comes a danger bigger than the gargantuan leviathan, the cave crawler. No, but really, this island has no danger on or around it, making it a very easy choice if you know your way there. In 4th, we have the underwater islands wreck. There are a few minor problems with this wreckage. One being its loyal guardians, the bone shark. I mean, it could be worse, much worse. The other problem is the location. Since it's a rather big biome and then extends to another similar biome, it could make it complicated to decipher where it is exactly. Now the good part is the loot, being cyclops parts, drill arms, stasis rifles, power cell sharders, all that good stuff. The wreck is around 200 meters deep, making a Seamoth mandatory, but be careful of those bone sharks, they do like a nibble. In 3rd, we have the large wreckage located in the Shadow Grand Reef, close to the crag fields and kelp forest. This area is almost completely safe with the exception of, yet again, warpers, but if you find it quick enough you won't have a problem. But the reason this wreck is so good is that it's pretty easy to find, not very dangerous, and the safest and most reliable way of getting drill arm and grapple arm for the prawn suit, making this my go-to for those parts. In our 2nd spot, we have the large wreck in Sparse Reef. I love this wreckage. I've never played a playthrough where I didn't go there at least twice. This place has countless benefits, such as moonpool fragments, bioreactor, modification station, power cell charger, rubies, gel sack, the list goes on. On top of all that, this entire biome is extremely safe, very easy to find due to Lifeboard 19, and only 200 meters deep. There is literally no flaw, except if the items don't spawn in, which is just unlucky. Before we see what I've decided to put as our best wreckage, I want to go over the worst wreckages that you should avoid to save your life, unless you're feeling brave. Firstly, the bulb zone wreckages. These areas take about 10 minutes to get there and another 10 minutes to find. Now you've lost 20 minutes finding what you're looking for, facing off against ampeels and bone sharks for the great reward of an exterior grow bed. It's the deepest and most dangerous place to find a modification station, stasis rifle, and a water filtration machine, so I don't recommend them at all. Secondly, anything found in the dunes or mountains biome. Need I say more? Now for my top 1 wreckage. I've put the large wreckage found next to Lifeboard 17 in the grassy plateaus. This place is just great. It's easy to find because it's so close to Lifepod. It's safe with the only danger being the retard. It's less than 100 meters deep, so it's accessible with your sea glide. It's just great. This location contains everything the player would want at an early stage of the game, like the Seamoth, laser cutter, bioreactor, battery charger, and modification station. It's time efficient since you can check on Aussie at the same time, and it's very close to the Jellystream caves, so you cannot go wrong with this one. Now most of these wreckages have proven to be effective and useful, but if you want to see the most useless things in Subnautica, click this video right here. It will be either side, I don't know. Or if you feel I've missed something, please let me know, because after all, this is a Gents only video, and I'm bound to miss like 80% of the stuff. Of course, keep in mind this is my list, so of course yours will be different, and we're not all the same. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.